What's up, gods? Welcome back to the Gods of Game. I am Flight School, a god of game. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications, so you know when I drop new content. This is basically a safe place where we chop up game. I give you fellas the game. I give you little tips and tricks on how to get women. Just give you advice on how to boss yourself up. Here we go. So this video is not clickbait. You guys know I don't do clickbait. I know it seems outrageous, but just because you've never seen anybody on YouTube give this type of information before, but yes, it is real. Yes, this will work 100% of the time on women. It's like I tell everybody, you have to be a man first. You have to be able to close the deal. But I'm going to give you the tips on how to make it work. So this video is going to be the one phrase you can tell a chick that'll give you a 90% chance of fucking on the first night. First of all, a vibe has to be set. Don't try this around, a bunch of her friends or something like that. Preferably in a spot where it's just you and her alone. Hopefully the vibe is set. Y'all having a pretty good time. The conversation is flowing. Now, just mid-conversation, at the height of the vibe, or, what you feel will be the height of the vibe. Just go off your instinct, right? You want to do what in psychology they call a yes pattern, right? Now, a yes pattern in psychology says that if you can get a person to agree or say yes 3 times in a row, it's almost impossible that they'll say no that 4th time, right? I know that sounds outrageous, but trust me, this technique works 100% of the time. I have never had a woman, or anybody I've ever taught this to, have never had a woman say no yet. And when you hear it, there's no way she gonna say no. If she say no, send her back home, because she don't want shit out of life, right? What you gotta do, you gotta qualify her first. So you gotta ask her like just 3 little simple questions that she gonna say yes to. Say something, to the effect of, man, I'm having a good time. You having a good time, right? She gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna say, man, we got a real nice vibe, something, right? She gonna say, yeah. Man, it seems like we have a lot in common, right? She gonna say, yeah. Now this is when you go into the phrase and you look her dead in her eyes, get your eyes low, get your voice sensual, and you say, I feel that too, what start out right, turns out right, right? She gonna say, yeah. What starts out right, turns out right, right? She gonna say, yeah. Now, let me tell you why this is so effective. Number 1, while you're asking her these yes questions, you're shaking your head yes. Man, I'm having a good time. You having a good time too, right? Yep. Man, this is a good vibe. You having a good vibe too, right? Yes. Blah, 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 right? Yes. You want to shake your head because people tend to mirror each other, especially when they want to be liked and things like that, right? So if you're shaking your head, yeah, it's going to be hard for her to do this because it's not matching you, right? I think there's a video or something on YouTube, I can't remember, but it's something to the effect where, I don't know, it's like you shaking your head, yeah, but you're trying to get people to say no, and it's like, it's impossible for them to do it or something like that. But that's all psychology. That's a real thing. As you're shaking your head, yeah, it's almost impossible for a person to say no. Almost impossible. Unless you're just acting crazy. Especially if what you're saying is relatable. You're not saying nothing harmful, you're not saying nothing offensive, and it'll probably be impossible for her to say no. Now, the main phrase, what starts out right, turns out right, does this. A lot of women, when they go out on dates and things like that, right? Women try to look for potential in men. They try to look for security and shit like that, right? Men, a lot of times, we just want to fuck. We want to see, we like our body, whatever. We want to see, can we get in at the end of the night? So that's a double meaning phrase. So when you look at her in her eye and you giving her that strong eye contact and you got the cadence in your voice right and it's coming out smooth and you say, well, start out right, turn out right, right? She's going to agree. Because in her mind, she feels like you're saying to her, if this thing starts out right, everything's gonna be all right because we're gonna be together. It's gonna turn out right. Look how good it's going already. You just agreed 3 times that it's going so great. So clearly it's starting out right. It's gonna turn out right. So in her mind, she thinks she finna get a husband down there. Like she finna get a boyfriend or something. She's thinking, this guy really feeling me. I'm finna get locked in, right? But the nigga, you thinking, if I play my cards right and run my game right, at the end of the night, I'm gonna get this pussy. So it's 2 different meanings, right? And as soon as she agree to that, if you ain't close, you slide in close. You slide in super close. She ain't gonna move. She just agreed. She just pretty much signed the sex contract without her even knowing it. You slide in close. You ain't gotta be too aggressive going in for the kissing or nothing, but you get very close. What I would do, let's say we in a restaurant, and I do that, and I say, well, start out right, turn out right. She agrees. I'm just gonna look at her like a extra couple seconds too long. You wanna hold that eye contact just a couple more seconds too long. You know what I'm saying? You wanna look at her like you want this bitch to feel the vibes, like you want her to feel the electricity coming out your eyes. Then you say, you know what? Let's get the check and let's get out of here. Simple as that. She gonna say, okay. You know what? I think I'm ready to get out of here. Let's go ahead and get the check. I'm not done with my food yet. Put it in the box, let's go. She's not gonna say that. Just that girls, they live in this fucking fairy tale world. So they all have this fantasy of feeling this overwhelming connection with a guy and he's the one. They all want to tell this fucking story. Like, you see chicks on Facebook when they get engaged, right? What's the first thing they do when they get engaged? They post a picture of the ring. I said yes, right? All the shit is just for show. They believe in fairy tales, right? Look how many women go from man to man to man. I know I got a homegirl right now, perfect example. She met this nigga 4 months ago and they already engaged to be married. And I'm like, yo, you don't even know this, man. I mean, it ain't my place to tell her, but you don't even know this nigga. And y'all already engaged to get married? And then, you know, she tells me something like, people meet people all the time when you just know you know. Nah, that's that fairy tale shit. That's that fairy tale shit. That's that shit in movies. We bumped into each other on the train and I never forgot her face and we met up at a cafe and now we're in love. That's that bullshit. But they all believe in that type of shit. They all believe in love at first sight. They all believe that they're gonna meet their soulmate and get this strong connection. Not only do they believe it, they want it. They go on dates just to see, can they experience this? Every nigga they go on a date with, they're looking for husband potential, right? They're looking for this experience. So basically, you're giving it to them. It's a faux experience. It's fake, but you giving them that movie vibe. It's like you taking a scene right out of a movie. To them, this is the greatest thing ever happened to them because once again, like I always say, no guy has ever done this to them. So automatically you stand out. No guy's ever said that to them. The simplest phrase. No guy's ever said it to them, I guarantee you. No guy's ever looked at her the way you're gonna look at her after you say that. And then you just like, let's get the check and go. Boom. So then when you get in the car, it's like, let's go back to my house and hang out. Keep that eye contact. The eye contact is what's gonna sit at home. And once you get into the house, man, if you're up on your game, it's a home run. But just that one phrase took you from a possible to a book. Like it's spades. Bitch, you had a possible, now you got a book. You just gotta play the motherfucker. That's it. I know this shit sounds outrageous and it sounds like I'm making up shit, but all I can tell you, try it yourself. And when you try it, come back to this video and leave it in the comment and tell me how it worked for you. Shit, what you gonna gain by not trying it? I'm telling you, if you do what I tell you to do and do it step by step, it's gonna work just like I told you. And it works every time. Like, I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. This is what I do. This is what I do. And I got many more little secret, little covert tactics like that. It's all psychology. You know. If you can get up here, you in there. Think about it like this. When men cheat, we cheat off the physical, right? We just want some pussy, and we could fuck a bitch, and it don't mean nothing to us. But why you think we get so mad when a female cheat on us? Because we know, in order to get this female to cheat, a nigga had to get up here. If you can get a bitch psyche, that's it. If you can get in her head, you can get her to do everything. It's mind control. That's simple as what it is. Mind control. Simple as that. Try it. Try it and come back and tell me what fun you had. Tell me how it worked. I'm guaranteeing you'll win. If you boss up and pull the trigger and seal the deal. You can't be timid after that. Once she agree, you gotta make your move. You gotta make it fast. Wherever y'all at, it's time to go. Y'all could be sitting on the park bench at the beach. Soon as she say that, you give her that little extra couple seconds eye contact and be like, grab her hand, come on, let's go. Walk that bitch right to the car, then walk her right to your house and put her right in your bed. Straight up. So, if you guys like this content, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay on top of when I drop new content. Until next time, guys.